Luigi can finally stop being green with envy because Mario's taller brother has finally embarked on his very own 2D adventure. Well, sort of. New Super Luigi U is downloadable add-on content for the original Wii U game New Super Mario Bros. U. Literally every level in the game will be transformed into a new stage. It's a very traditional 2D Super Mario Bros. Style game. There's plenty of running and jumping your way through obstacle-filled stages with lots of enemies. Like in previous new games, you can also collect 3 star coins in every level. The only real reason to do this, though, is to unlock a few stages at the end of the game, so they don't really benefit you that much. This time around, each level gives you a much more limited time to finish in. The stages are also about half the length. It's weird, because I know most people would look at that as being a bad thing, but personally, I get rather bored of the typical new Super Mario Bros. Games, so levels that finish up faster is oddly appealing to me. Now, while the levels may be different, they still use the same theme and overall design as New Super Mario Bros. U, so basically enemies and obstacles are just kind of laid out differently. It is, after all, add-on content, and it's not a totally different experience. Luigi's controls are a little bit more slippery and floaty. This could be viewed as a good or a bad thing. Frankly, his controls, let's be honest, are pretty awful. But because of this, I think it's kind of adding more challenge to the game. Usually 2D Mario games, I think, are kind of easy, so the extra challenge is sort of nice. But of course, not everyone would probably agree with that, and maybe you will look at that as being a negative thing. New Super Mario Bros. Games are already kind of floaty to begin with. This time around, you obviously play as Luigi, but in multiplayer there's a yellow and blue Toad to select, as well as Nabbit. Now Nabbit is a new character that is playable for the first time, and seriously, he's kind of weird because you can just run through enemies and obstacles without taking any damage. He can die from lava or by falling into a pit though, so it's not totally unfair. He's a good character for beginners to try. He's also just pretty darn cool. Now, of course, there is a decent variety of power-ups in the game. There's the squirrel suit, Mini Mushroom, which is so cute, the traditional Starman, the Fire Flower, and plenty more. Now, visually, the game looks, well, kind of okay, but it does have a very dated tile design structure. The levels have a kind of generic feel to them, and they don't necessarily feel organic like a level in Donkey Kong Country Returns, or Kirby's Epic Yarn, or basically any other modern 2D side-scrolling game from Nintendo. It's just kind of an alright looking game. One of the cool visual details, though, are the hidden 8-bit Luigis in every stage. I don't know why, but I totally got addicted to trying to find these. You spot them, and then they do nothing but give you a little bit of joy, and frankly, I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. The music is pretty meh. Once again, the tracks are reused from the older Wii game, which means that most of the music has now appeared in 4 games. It wasn't all that great to begin with, so hearing it again and again in several titles is pretty lazy. I know this is just like DLC content, but still, I'm kind of tired of this music. Alright, so basically, if you really liked New Super Mario Bros. U and you're craving even more levels and crazier controls, this $20 downloadable content is probably for you. There's definitely some fun to be had here, and I will say, for some reason, I did enjoy New Super Luigi U more than the original game on Wii U, which I actually didn't enjoy at all. It's more challenging, and it has a quicker pace. You can also buy it as a standalone game in August for $30. The BitBlock is rewarding New Super Luigi U with a 7 out of 10.